Hello. So I'm going live 3 minutes early just to give people an opportunity to arrive. If you're catching the replay, you'll probably want to skip the first 3 minutes or so. And so yeah, to all you replay folks, hi. I can't wait to see you in one of the Zoom meetings. I hope maybe 8 p.m. or Sunday might work for you. Regardless, I am super excited that you're here. Got a great training for us today. And I say for us because yeah, I've got my bullet points. Yeah, I've got this prepared. Yeah. A lot has come into place. And hi, Karen. Right? Yeah. A lot has come into place. And every time I do a live, I learn things too. Like things sort of channel and download into me. So, yes. Hi, Kathleen. How are you today? I just started a bit early so that I have time for people to gather live. Something I don't usually do. But yeah, let's get ourselves a little drink. I prepared it, but I put it somewhere else. So I'm going to be right back. And I invite you to get really comfy. Hello, second person to join. I was just getting myself my tea. I usually drink coffee in the morning, but I'm all out and my lovely neighborhood coffee shop, aka Kushtach, they actually have really good coffee. Their machine has been broken for a while, so I'm on to tea. So just, yeah, Angel, hi. Good to see your name. Let's get comfy and we'll start in 1 minute. Where we have a time crunch. Yesterday I just went on and on. I didn't realize I was going to speak for 47 minutes. I guess I was really excited to speak to you all. Hello, welcome. Lauren, hi. I get to see your little faces pop up. That's how I know who's here. I'm totally a spy. All right, great. Yes. Welcome everybody. As you come in, I invite you to settle in and to feel your bums. Let's get into our bums. Feel your bums on whatever surface you're sitting on. I'm sitting on the floor. Allow your body to breathe. Hey, Emily. Hi. Allow your bums to connect with the floor. And let's dive in. Okay, welcome everybody. I am so thrilled that you're here. I really am. If you watched the welcome video, you know that I'm like fired up by the possibility of lots of us taking back our power, not taking back, but learning to operate our nervous systems, our energy systems, to become contagious for healing and not for all the stress stuff. So that is what we're doing here today. We're talking about energy contagion, we're talking about the nervous system, and we're talking about safety. So specifically, today is all about what is energy contagion? What am I calling energy contagion? Is that a thing? Why does it exist? How to remove judgment from it? And most importantly, hi Andrew, most importantly, how can you make it work for you? Okay, so our goal here today, very specifically, is to Veronica, it says you want to join me on video. I don't know if that's true. Very simply, our goal here today is to reclaim our safety, our energy contagion, our energy systems, to become contagious for healing and not for all the stress stuff. So that is what we're doing here today. We're talking about energy contagion, we're talking about the nervous system, and we're talking about the safety. So very simply, our goal here today is to reclaim our safety, without judging ourselves for not feeling safe. It is a weird ass time. Okay, of course we're not feeling safe 100% of the time, nor should we. But our game here is to reclaim it, to understand better what's going on, so that we can take a stand for pulling people into our peace instead of being pulled into their chaos. And vice versa, pulling people into our peace instead of pulling people into our chaos. So the game here is we're taking responsibility for ourselves, we're taking responsibility for nervous systems, we're learning the rudimentaries of how it works, what we can do about it, so that we can make a healing impact on the world. Because we are all impacting each other at every moment. There's simply no escaping that. So, why is this coming from me at this moment? I am not a nervous system expert. I've read a little bit of a book and I've listened to some podcasts. Okay. But what I've learned has seriously changed my life in the last few couple of months. And it maps onto what I already know from energy healing, what I already know from clinical work, working with people, helping people heal, observing that nothing happens unless we can cue people to safety. And healing does not happen unless we can journey towards safety. I also have a master's in neuroscience. So I am trained to think about the nervous system. I am trained to think about the brain. I do have an understanding of how these things work. I did a master's in it. I realized academics was really not for me because it was too slow. Part of me is like kicking myself because there's a new field out there right now in the field of neuroscience. It is called Interpersonal Neuroscience. It is probably the coolest thing. And I've been really tuning into that world of a lot of people who are interpersonal neuroscientists. They are starting to map out how we are contagious energetically to each other, how our nervous systems are contagious to each other, how our connections work. So I want you to drop in an emoji if you're just as like by the fact this exists as I am, because that is cool. And I am never going to be an academic because it is too slow. My role is to put things together, to see how they work, to apply them to people in front of me. And that is you today. So if you're fired up, you want to go into this, you want to learn how, what this energy contagiousness is, what this interpersonal neuroscience has to do with it, drop an emoji in so I can feel your energy and we can do this thing. All right. So what is energy contagion? Now, if you're in my world, if you've done any kind of energy healing, you know that this exists. You know, because you have likely asked me or asked each other at some point or another, how do I deal with this? We are contagious. Our energy states and our nervous system states impact each other. So you know this if you walked into the room and like instantly you felt ungrounded, skittish, anxious, like you want to hide, you're like checking where the exits are. You know this if you've had an evening with a friend, somebody you really love, and they're not doing well and they're not in a space to want to do well. And at the end of it, you just feel completely drained. You know this because you've done a Reiki session with somebody, and at the end of it, you feel like there's something shaking inside. There's something moving. You also know this because there's certain people that when you're around them, you just feel freaking good. You feel like you can take on the world. You feel like you can solve problems really well in their field. Something in you awakens. Now, let me make a little bit of a distinction here. So our nervous systems communicate a sense of safety. Why? We are social animals, okay? I think before the pandemic, we could have made the argument, well, some of us are way more introverted and we need a lot of alone time, and other people are really, really, really extroverted. And to me, it looks like this broad experiment we've been part of. I'm not saying that was an intentional experiment. This whole thing, I think almost everybody at some point has missed a simple interaction with somebody at the coffee store, coffee shop, or at like anywhere, just simple little interactions, because we belong to each other. So if you think about social animals, if you think about horses, if you think about lemurs, I think those ones, they have systems to communicate with each other. There's the nervous, skittish ones that as soon as a twig snaps, and that kind of awakens the whole herd, so everybody can run at the same time, right? They've got alarm calls. They've got all sorts of different things to keep the tribe safe. We are also tribal animals. This is how we've evolved. The little portion of evolution where we are right now is so tiny. It's like the last second in a 24-hour clock or something crazy like that. Our modern world and our nervous systems, they didn't evolve together. Now, every single one of you has heard this before, right? This is nothing new. What is, I think, an important insight, however, is to understand that if we're tribal animals and we have nervous systems that are wired to pay attention to each other's cues, then it would make sense that if I'm feeling nice and safe and calm and okay right over here, and the next person over there is freaking out, it makes sense that my nervous system's like, I need to know why they're freaking out, because that threat that's over there might be a threat over here as well. It also makes sense that when you're the one freaking out about something, you're attentive to some kind of a danger, you don't feel calm until other people are recognizing the threat and you can attack it together. So our nervous systems, how safe we're feeling, it just makes sense that it is communicable. So the way we're wired is probably more to pay attention to each other's sense of threat, sense of danger, because evolutionarily we were rewarded for that. Except maybe in this moment. In this moment, if we're all being all pulling each other into each other's senses of threat, then we all get anxious and shaky and terrified, because threat nowadays is an email that comes in because we didn't do our taxes right and we owe a certain amount of money. That threat affects me but doesn't affect the next person. So the way my nervous system works is like, oh, a threat comes in, and if it's a threat for me, it's probably a threat for everybody. So I got to make sure everybody's in threat mode. Except no, this threat is really just for me. We have highly individualized little moments of threat. So I believe that we are in an evolutionary moment here where we need to take responsibility for our nervous systems. Because if we keep going the way we're going, everybody's going to be diagnosed with general anxiety disorder, if we're not already. As a kid, I don't remember being very anxious. As an adult, I don't remember not being a little bit anxious. And I feel like that is true for almost everybody I know. I don't think I know very many people who simply do not feel the activation of the nervous system stress, of the threats. So, give me a comment. I'm seeing 10 of you watching. I haven't seen any comments. I haven't seen anything yet. I need to know, for my nervous system, I'm going to take ownership of that. Is this making sense? Oh, I'm just not seeing them. But there's lots of reactions and there's lots of comments. Okay, so I see academia is too slow. Yes. Whoa. Mind blown. Yes. So eye-opening. Okay, cool. Here I am being all insecure because I can't feel you. I can't see your cues, but now I can see them on my tablet. Thank you. Okay, so next. This, I think we've covered why it exists. And here I want to add a layer, okay? This is the nervous system stuff, right? This is our survival wiring, and it is a clever, amazing, incredible system. It is so smart. And what's beautiful about this is that for once, it's not like humans are special because, no, we are animals. We have little animal bodies that are prey to bigger animal bodies and are a threat to smaller animal bodies, most typically. So, how do we, so the distinction. Where I have something to add, like I said, I'm not an expert on the autonomic nervous system. I wish I was, because this stuff is so interesting. I really encourage any of you that just like had their mind blown to look up interpersonal neuroscience and the autonomic nervous system. We're going to go into it a little bit more into the Healing Presence course to understand the different states. I don't have time today because we have a community call to do. But look it up. Seriously, it's incredible. And we need experts on this because I think we are really in this evolutionary moment where we must learn to pull people into our peace, pull people into safety, help people back into regulation, help people back into the present moment, into having their faculties intact. Because when we're out of the regulatory system, the regulatory system that includes our connection with other people, we get disconnected, we get shut down, we get chaotic, we get a little crazy, we get over busy, so busy that we can run straight into burnout, we can get so shut down that we can't get out of bed. And the healing movement is always coming back to connection with other people, coming back into safety, coming back into care. So I said, I keep coming back to this point. Now, this is all the nervous system stuff. But as an energy healer, what I know to be true is that it's not just our safety states that are being communicated to each other. It's not just that. Because I've had moments doing Reiki where I knew, I don't know how I knew, but I knew that the person I was working on was really into French rap. Or the person I was working on really resonated with mythology. It's not like they were wearing a French, like I listen to French rap t-shirt or anything, or that they were wearing like Greek goddess earrings. No, this is in our nervous systems. Same goes for there's certain people that when you work on their energy, you can feel the framework of the energy work they've done on themselves. So there was somebody who had a very specific practice, like of making the energy move in a certain way. And when I was doing Reiki, the energy moved the same way. And when I check, they'd say, yeah, that's been my practice for a long time. I've been disconnected from it. So we are not only the operators of our energy systems and our nervous systems, we are the creators of them as well. We actually create the pathways our energy moves in, and our energy moves in. We create that. So again, I'm going to just check in with your comments. It's mind-blowing. Absolutely. This is so good. Nervous system nerd and learning new perspectives already. Yeah, I had these ahas this week and it put everything, the thing good. Your nervous system can rest now. This is wild. Yes. Okay. Thank you, James. I really appreciate that. You just pulled me into your column. Does this understanding already help you remove judgment from it? Because real quick, when we're pulled into stress, there's two types, there's two streams. And these are modulated by the vagus nerve. One is called the sympathetic stream. Doesn't matter what it's called, unless you're like a nerd and want to go study. And I encourage you to, because we need you to. The sympathetic stream is the one that is like activated and hyper and oh my god, and then I'm freaking out. And kind of makes your prefrontal cortex, your planning ability kind of go, and you're kind of just like on raw emotion, and it feels powerful and intense, but it's your fight and it's your flight. And this energy, when you learn to work with it, when you learn to hold it, when you learn to stand in the center of it and notice, okay, I am in this activation mode, it delivers a ton of energy that you can use. So as long as there's enough centering, you can use this energy to get things done. One of the ahas for me was that this is not my default stress mode. My default stress mode is the other one. The other one is the dorsal. Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong here. The dorsal system. The dorsal system gets into a powerlessness mode. Gets into, I don't have the power. I can't do anything. It's a drained energy. It's a hiding energy. It's a slow energy. It's the energy that wants to just stay in bed and not do anything. When people say things, you're just like, don't care. So that for me is more the default, the one I tend to. But learning about this allowed me to watch what my nervous system is doing and walk myself into the sympathetic nervous system. Because often when I'm in that shutdown place, what I actually need is to take action on things that scare me. Confront the fear. Confront the taxes. Take the pictures of the proper documents, send them to the accountant I've just hired and I'm totally intimidated by. And that feels like an angry thing, and I'm like, gotta do it. But the energy of the sympathetic nervous system is there to help me. And same for the dorsal. That one is my default because as a child, I needed that. I needed to just check out because I was powerless in many ways. I wasn't able to affect the change that I desperately needed or wanted. Now as an adult, I have a lot more choicefulness, and understanding this and walking myself back is incredibly helpful. And all of this is the framework of the Healing Presence course. So for me to be able to do that, needed to do a few things. I need to understand how this system kind of works. I needed to have curiosity about it. I need to be like, okay, how can I operate here? I needed to be present enough to watch it, right? I needed to realize it. And yeah, those are the different things I need to understand, to realize, to I'm getting the comments here. Makes me think of neuroplasticity. Holy fucking god. Yep. Yeah. So this is what the Healing Presence course is about. So it's very, very beginner level, because what we're going to do is simply get present, get aware, get here. Except we're using the power of the understanding of how our whole system works, how our energy system works, and really leveraging that, really getting badass. I think this is the time for energy healing to really make it on the map, and I'm here to lead that. So let's do it. Right? Okay. So, how to remove judgment, because we understand how it works. And how can you make it work for you? Yes, so through that understanding of what's going on, not judging it, learning a little bit, and then really practicing your energy. Neuroplasticity, yes, changing your wiring, rewiring your whole system to come back to the present moment, to assess what is here, to anchor into your connection with other people, because that is safety. In a lot of ways, our connection, looking into people's eyes, it's very healing, brings people back. Moving this for yourself so that when other people are going through their whole thing and they're creating chaos and drama and all sorts of things and blowing up the system, because their energy system and their nervous system just needs somebody to be like, yes, this is scary, and I'm here, allows you to make such an enormous healing impact. And this is really important, okay? This isn't just for healers. Healers, in the context of healing work, are already quite good at doing this. We know how to do this. We know how to anchor people to safety. We know a lot of this. And in our personal lives, we can suck at it. Because in our personal lives, we might have this idea of like, oh, I'm such a powerful empath and such a powerful healer. So as soon as I'm empathic, people are going to heal, right? But no, the context is different. And in our daily lives, people are going through things in a way more chaotic, crazy way. So learning to stay centered and watch that and not judge them can really help you be way more effective as a parent, way more effective as a partner, way more perfect. No! Never perfect. Way more effective as a colleague, as a leader, etc. This is how we create a healing revolution. It really is. Okay, so I want to see your questions. And then in 5 minutes, we are going into our Zoom meeting. Are you ready for that? The Zoom meeting link is in the comments here. We're going to have a bit of a conversation about this, perhaps. We're going to create moments of connection. We're going to anchor into what's called the ventral nervous system. Okay. Authentic connections are must. Yes! So 5 minutes for questions in this context. What we got? I think Lauren's probably laughing at my my perfect slip up. Which, yeah, I keep telling you guys I have a problem with perfectionism, and you can see it's true. It's true. I'm always trying to be perfect, and this live is not perfect, and that's okay, because it's a lot of other things. Mind-blowing, apparently. Let's see. Any questions? Otherwise, let's move over to Zoom, my friends. The room is open, and yeah, I'm ready to let you in. Oh, yes, I see Roger, James, Chantal, Sylvie. Okay, I'm gonna admit you in a moment. So we're planned to go for an hour. It really explains the behaviors of others and myself. See you there, says Emily. Amazing. This is contrasting the activation mode. Yeah, let's talk about that. Can you explain the dorsal mode? The dorsal mode, so there's 3. So the ventral mode is our connection mode, is when we are connected, when we're tracking with each other, when we're present together, and we're feeling generally safe enough, like we can hold whatever's here together. It's like a nice umbrella. And then the sympathetic mode is like this chaotic thing, and the dorsal thing is, excuse my language, is fuck it, I'm out mode. It's shut down. It's more of the freeze response. It's quiet. It's turtle energy. It is, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to see anyone. For sensitives who are very attuned to this quality of nervous system and really affected by it, the dorsal mode sounds a bit like, I don't even like people in the first place. I just want to be alone. I don't want to handle any of this. I want to just hide in my room. I want to be a hermit. I want to go live in the woods and never see a person again. This is too much. It's the too muchness. Does that help, Jen? And so, yeah, we are going to go a little bit deeper into this in the program, of course. Yeah. To a point where you even forget the critical things to do. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Because you're just shut down, and so nothing matters anymore. So you can live. So this is really effective if you have to live in total chaos. So things don't matter anymore. It's kind of cool. It's a little bit of a numbing. It's a... Oh yeah, the kids have to be brought to school, or laundry, right? Laundry, ah! That's the dorsal mode. And it really comes with like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. You want to cry all day? Cool. I don't care. But we do care. But it's just where our nervous systems go to survive it. And in a lot of contexts, if you think really broadly, all the contexts humans have survived throughout history, yeah, pretty smart, right? People have survived horrible conditions, and this sort of shut down. That's very helpful. Okay, 1 more minute before we hop onto Zoom. Any other questions? Man, I'm so glad I have my tablet, because I would have been really, really insecure otherwise. Okay. Well, anybody catching the replay and not able to go to the Zoom this morning, don't worry. There's other days. There's 3 more dates. Now, I'm sending this video also to everybody on the email list. So if you watch this and you're like, whoa, I want more of this, the next training is on Thursday. I may send it out. I may not. Your best bet is to join us in the Facebook group, The Unburdened Heart. The link will be in the email I sent you. For the rest of you, I can't wait to see you in one of the healing presence moments in the Zoom calls in the next live video. It's awesome when you join live because I can answer questions, etc. The next video, we're talking about being seen. So the safety, this nervous system is the baseline. We need it for healing. If we're not in that zone, we're in this like problem solving place, and healing is just not available. And other things are, but healing isn't. So this is the first ingredient. The next ingredient for us to heal, for us to become whole, for us to really become exactly who we are, we need to be seen, or to see ourselves. Because when we're in shadow, that's simply the things we can't see. We can't heal them. We can't bring them to our bosom to love. So that is the subject of the next video. I'll try to make it as mind-blowing as this one, but I don't know yet. It might be really boring. All right, see you there. Bye, everybody.